Johnny Somali has completely lost it, even though he's currently facing multiple charges, and he's already pled guilty to at least 3 charges in South Korea where he's facing either massive fines or jail time. He keeps doing things that can get him in trouble. This time, he harassed 2 random streamers, slightly homeless, and another one named Nana, in South Korea. Now, I'm just gonna have this playing for a little bit while I talk, but you can tell the video quality is not very good, and it will go in and out because apparently Johnny Somali can't afford a decent streaming rig. So pretty much what he did was he went in, originally he found them in some kind of bar, I think it was a hookah lounge, but I'm not entirely sure, and he basically forced them to leave by causing a massive scene in there. I think he knocked over a bottle or broke a bottle or possibly a glass. It was a mess, and then when they left, he followed them outside and started screaming at them and saying all sorts of stuff, and there's some glitching in the video. Basically, he just followed them, made all sorts of weird statements, the classic Johnny Somali playbook. However, these streamers did not take it lying down, and I don't think Johnny Somali exactly expected them to do what they did next, and yeah, you can see the quality of Johnny Somali's stream right here, but they then went on to report Johnny to the South Korean police. So if we go here, here's a picture of them reporting Johnny Somali to the police. They were originally still streaming when they walked into the police station to make the report. However, they were eventually asked to turn off the cameras so that they could get through the legal process of filing a report. I should point out that as Legal Mindset points out here, and thanks to him for all of his coverage on this, some claim this was staged. I don't think it was staged because, like he points out here, they would be criminally liable for filing a false police report if it was fake. And quite frankly, I don't think it was, because I think they seemed genuinely uncomfortable in his interactions with them. So yeah, it's completely unlikely that it was staged, but some people seem to be thinking that Johnny Somali is some kind of criminal mastermind, which we'll see in a minute. He is not. You see, Johnny Somali, right after this, a day or 2 later, decided to get himself banned from Party, the only major live streaming platform that he hasn't been banned from. And when I call it a major live streaming platform, that might be too much, because I don't know if half of you guys will have even heard of it. What did he get banned for on Party? Now, I'm not going to play this video because you don't want to see it. Johnny Somali decided that he was going to go out into the city in South Korea, half naked, and dance while screaming. Yeah, so that's, I think he's trying to make people think that he's legitimately insane so that maybe he could get some kind of insanity defense in his other trials. I don't think that'll work, and I honestly think that if South Korea is anything like the United States, the insanity defense is kind of a worse option than actually getting convicted of something, because it's not like in the movies where you get off and you get to go home and you're scot-free if you're proven insane in court. At least in the United States, they inter you in a mental hospital until such a time as you're mentally fit to stand trial. I don't know how South Korea does it, but I cannot imagine that the mental hospitals in South Korea are the best. But besides that, like I said, I don't think he's actually insane. I think he's just trying to pretend to be insane. So he went on to dance in public and scream and all this, and eventually the police did get called on Johnny, and he got arrested. So if we go here, Johnny did get arrested again. Again, I don't really want to show Johnny too much, but he was talking to the police. The police told him to turn off his camera, and he didn't. So maybe we can put in a clip of him ignoring the police officer's instructions here.
Hello.
Why?
You're arrested.
I don't care. Arrest me. I don't go. Y'all niggas scared of me. We live. Shoutoutparty.com. Come. I give you my password. Come.
Stop.
Stop. I'm chill. Just relax. Relax.
Stop.
Relax. Relax.
Go on. Take a video.
So yeah, he did get arrested here. He was immediately released, and that's not because what he did wasn't considered a crime. I mean, we have no way of knowing whether or not they're going to charge him for what he was doing. But basically, in South Korea, even if you are charged with a crime, they don't typically do what we do in the United States and put people in jail and hold them until their trial, unless they pay bail. In South Korea, they see holding people until trial as a burden on the taxpayers, so they only ever do it in cases where the person has been alleged to commit a violent crime. And for all the things Johnny Somali has done, he hasn't been violent yet. So when you see people asking why he's still on the streets, that's why. They just don't typically keep people in custody in South Korea. Now, because of this, Johnny Somali was banned from Party. However, Legal Mindset found this Discord chat between somebody that he seems to believe are the Party admins or the Party creators or something, basically talking to each other and saying, man, lol, he's done. Don't be sad it's over. Be happy it happened. He is done. Yeah. And then they say, should we delete the vid? Erase the evidence from the Korean feds. LOL. Good idea, LOL. We should. We don't want to, but we should. I know, right? LOL. If I ever get like this on stream, please stop me. Okay, LOL. Now, I can't say for sure that this is an actual legitimate conversation that happened between people who work at Party, but Legal Mindset seems to believe that it's possible. And if so, they basically banned him so that they could delete the VOD so that they don't get in trouble in South Korea for hosting a stream. Now, I don't really know if Party operates in South Korea, but if they do, I mean, I could see this being a thing. However, if they were trying to hide evidence, writing down in a text chat that you were doing so is not a good idea. At the end of the day, Johnny Somali did get unbanned on Party. As Legal Mindset points out here, Ramses, which is Johnny Somali's name, streaming page is back, and we have have confirmation that the only reason he isn't streaming is due to stream key issues. I fully expect more crash out content as the marketing ban, non-ban ban, and perceived lack of consequences only emboldened Ramsey and his community. And then it's a Discord screenshot, allegedly from somebody who works for or works with Johnny Somali, saying that party staff members are looking into it and need to contact the devs and might need to generate a new stream key. Same as on Kick, when you get banned and unbanned, you need a new stream key. Johnny's stream key didn't change for some reason. Will be a live stream tomorrow. So basically they're saying that Johnny has been unbanned, he just needs to get a new stream key and then he can stream all he wants. I don't care if he keeps streaming, honestly, because at this point, every time he goes on stream, he just digs himself in a deeper hole. And quite frankly, I think that if you're gonna give a man a shovel, he's probably gonna keep digging. And I think that for him, if he keeps digging, it's just gonna get worse. I genuinely don't understand what his strategy is here, why he's doing this, and why he wouldn't just lay low until he gets done with his charges, right? Because if he had just laid low, not done anything crazy after he was originally charged with those crimes, they probably would let him off with a fine, to be honest with you. But because of the way he's acted afterwards and all the outrage he's caused throughout South Korea, I'm pretty sure that the effect that he's having is probably going to end up causing him to have a much harsher sentence than is typical on his charges, especially because of how disrespectful he was to the court. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Johnny Somali is going to get thrown away for a bunch of years? Or do you think he's going to skate through this and get away with it scot-free? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day and God bless you.